Hello my friends, what the hell is happening in UK? They want to shadow ban me and other creators like me. Yes, government, they want to introduce a special white list of content creators who are being approved. Not just content creators, but those official media. Yeah, they also have their YouTube channels, TikTok channels, Facebook. So now UK government is working and asking already platforms to introduce self-restrictions, to self-shadow ban all of those creators who are not affiliated with the policy of the UK government. This even sounds strange. It is very similar to what is happening in Russia nowadays. Then they introduced the whitelist of the websites which Russians could access in case of the internet shutdown. And the rest of the websites are only available if you use VPN. So is UK going to go to the VPN nation, you know, to check out the usual creators they watch? Especially I have my big channel, Dennis Davidov, it's about the news in Ukraine. And I may criticize our allies as well sometimes, and I may criticize the UK government, maybe. I know, I don't remember the time I did it the last time, but it's mostly anti-Putin propaganda or something. But I'm not government approved, right? I'm not affiliated with the UK government. I'm not in this white list. Some of the geese flying. It's just a morning hiking, then the temperature is low. Yeah, the heat wave really affects the brains of those UK politicians, it seems like. I guess they want to self-kaput with this legislation. And UK, by the way, is one of those countries that Russia propaganda usually uses to show an example of the Western country, which is very harsh in media. So in internet, you can be arrested for likes, shares, or something like that. It is only found, I guess, from all of the European countries, mostly in the UK. And definitely it's like that, it's not a hoax. I don't like it. I don't like government to tell me what I should watch and what I shouldn't. This is nonsense. It looks dystopian, it looks autocratic, it looks very Russian-like, I would say. And you are being fed what they want to feed you. They're gonna shadow ban, like, you have to really put the effort to search for the content you usually watch if it's not being affiliated with the UK government, not being whitelisted. They for now just ask for it right now, but there will be the moment they will push for it, I guess. Well, at least I expect them to push more in this case. I mean, UK government, the consultations are still ongoing till the August 31st, but already they're telling to those media companies like YouTube and Facebook and TikTok to restrict already those creators who are not okay with the UK government or something. Yeah, this even sounds unhinged. So they do not ban you, they just restrict you. You're not in the search, you're not in recommendations. Just the BBC, maybe something else in recommendations. Watch that shit. And if you want to watch independent creators like me, for example, I don't give a fuck about UK government and others. I hate almost all of the politicians out there. I do not associate my views with any political party. I hate most of all Russia, of course, their regime, because what they're doing actually actively. But politicians themselves, they're like miserable, ugly people, and they're usually following their own interests, and we are like, you know, resource for them. And I see the proof of my words here with this introduction. Well, luckily YouTube responded on that. YouTube published kind of the big message saying that it's not right what they're doing. It's the attack on the freedom of speech. Yeah, luckily YouTube here is on the right side of the history. They tell as it is. They're telling that you'll not be discovered in case of this implementation. So they will not voluntarily like restrict content creators, and there will be the fight for freedom, let's say, in this case. And I really like that they published this message, what the UK government wants to introduce, this so-called prominence regime. Even the name is like from Cyberpunk 2077 video game or something. Yeah, villains say like that. Okay, let's introduce prominence regime where your rights are being restricted. And UK government, like, it did so many failures and it digs itself even lower and lower. Like, is it the goal for them to make the lives even more miserable? Is the goal for them to, I don't know, propel this Farage party, Reform UK, for it to win elections. Like, let's make no chance for us to win. Not for Labourers, not for Conservatives. Pro-Russian Farage, yeah, let's elect him. It seems like they're doing it, like it's what they want to achieve. Yeah, Reform UK, which is kind of unhinged one, and there were local elections, and Reform UK is record-breaking party already. And the UK government wants to introduce more restrictions. Okay, let's punish all the people. There were some of the local elections already, and Reform UK is the record-breaking party. Yeah, it's getting more and more popularity, and with those restrictions introduced, with this stupid policy, they'll get even more popular. And what is happening after? Let me tell you. Okay, for example, they introduced the restrictions, those whitelist content that will be propelled by YouTube, TikTok, whatever. And Reform UK, for example, takes power, for example, and they use this stuff for them. And they will put their affiliated right or far-right content to the whitelist, and they will suppress everything else. So government is temporary thing. They're changing, like before they were Conservatives, now Labour Party, yeah, their Prime Minister is resigning, everything is crashing down, but still they want to introduce even harsher legislation for people. I don't understand it. So this is the ticking bomb under UK itself, under freedom of speech, under common sense, I would say. And I would say even if freaking YouTube freaks out about this case, it already means something, because YouTube already has this kind of the silly censorship policy, and it already recommends the type of the content which is okayish. Like, you'll have to search for the dark things. Well, sometimes you have some slops in recommendations, but usually it's okay recommendations. And they want even to get off that shit altogether. It's not okay for them, you know, for us to have the access to independent media. Oh, that crow is barking there. I can hear it very well, so I just maybe mess up with my mic here and that crow. Well, anyways, I'm outside, so there are gonna be some of the nature sounds here. I just wanted to hike in the morning, you know, and I'm taking you with me with this camera. Yeah, the crow is getting crazy, unhinged. Like it's flying. Noise generator. And you know, guys, I don't really like the owner of Twitter, Elon Musk, of course, for many of the reasons. But at least I can post on his platform whatever I want to post. Yeah, sometimes even I can go to recommendations and have thousands of views on my regular videos, which I also upload on Twitter. Yeah, I don't like those big corporations, but here UK government behaves like a corporation which owns almost the platform, yeah? Let's introduce regulations and restrict everyone. This sounds dystopian. They're not giving you the right to choose, and I already told you why is it so dangerous. Because governments, they change. And today you have one government, tomorrow another one, so they might put, I don't know, untrusted media source to recommendations, and all of the people will be fed with that propaganda. It could be like anti-democracy in this case. So I think media, especially nowadays, social media, should be really independent from the government control. I think like that. Yeah, there's the problem in the media that lots of the bots are being introduced into the X platform or Twitter. On YouTube, there are lots of the bots. Some of the bots are paid by Russia. Bot farms are being built. That's the main thing, that someone may buy bots to propel some of the narrative. That's the main issue that should be fought, not the restricting of anyone. If UK government would have called for the meeting with representatives of those social media platforms like YouTube, Facebook, like all of the platforms, yeah, and the main topic would have been, let's restrict the bots, let's think how can we use like actual technical things to fight the bots on your platforms, because we're not okay that Russia is propelling, for example, its own propaganda on your platforms, and that's the issue. And lots of the officials, they recognize it. Yet not Elon Musk, maybe. For him, his platform is the best of the best. It just has low censorship. That's why I like it, and how it's made, it's okay for me. But it has a huge issue with the bots as well as other platforms. YouTube, I already named you. That would have been a good one from UK. Let's unite, yeah, all governments, not just UK. And let's start the global consultations like European Union, UK, United States, Canada, of how to drive algorithms to the proper way against the bots only, not against content creators. But those bot farms, they're the real threat, and I guess that's the main reason why Elon Musk bought Twitter, to propel his narratives, yeah, to elect Donald Trump also. He's interested in that, so I don't think it's real like to fight bots on his platform, because they're working for Elon Musk narratives and he's propelling his own posts. It's understandable. So I don't like Elon Musk for this reason. But no, UK government is so freaking stupid that it is without any sort of the consultations with anyone, representatives of the social media or creators. Yeah, who cares about creators? They freaking ask already to shadow ban creators like me, creators like maybe you if you have your content on YouTube, especially if you're from UK. Luckily, I'm not living in UK, but my content will be restricted there if they apply those regulations on the territory. And for now, YouTube is fighting back. But when it comes to the bill, actual legislation, YouTube might agree with that, sadly. For me, the perfect variant for YouTube not to agree with it at all. And if the government really starts to push its narrative too much, if it goes to the blocking of YouTube in UK, I think it will harm UK government a lot. Like second Russia or what, as for social media. So they will not do it, I think. They will not do it. Even in Russia, people are still watching YouTube with VPN services, but they watch. And imagine this stuff in UK. People would never support that. And it's very dangerous, especially right now. As I told you, there is an opposition party to the current all of the institutions, I would say. Nigel Farage with his Reform UK, and he would love this legislation to be introduced, because it plays in his favor in multiple of the aspects. First of all, current government gets more unpopular, and secondary, he might use the same regulations to propel his freaking content or content creators, which the next UK government might like. Probably the next one, because they're getting more and more popular. And it's very scary. Hopefully Reform UK is not going to win elections, but what is currently happening is crazy. And also they want to restrict social media to 16 years old or lower age, I mean, for the kids, for children. That, I think, is also unhinged. It's not government's business at all. It's the business of particular families, how they grow up their kids, and restricting kids of not allowing them to watch some of the media. I think it's also like kind of dystopian, and it violates the freedom of speech. Without social media, what would they consume? They would watch TV, and there is propaganda TV for every country. Not just in Russia, not just like every government has its own propaganda. BBC is the British propaganda or something. Deutsche Welle is the German propaganda. Like every sort of the news is freaking propaganda. And they want to propel it forward. They want to suppress the normal content creators who are independent as me. Yeah, the bad thing here that most of the people would be okay with that they will swallow this poisonous pill, that they'll say, okay, we will need it. We need the regulations. Government takes care about us and stuff like that. No, it's not. And governments, they're changing. So it's dystopian, really. And it's very dangerous for everything, for the freedom of speech, first of all, and for political normality in your country in this case. I think that people should have the right of whom to watch, whom not to watch. That's their choice. It's not the government's choice. Like, we're getting back to medieval ages, and I don't like it, because they want to tell you what to listen for, whom to elect, what to consume, and stuff like that. Yeah, they want to establish full control. We're gonna fight back in this case, yeah, at least with those kind of the silly videos that I filmed today, but I have to speak about it, even on this trash channel, because it's not the topic of the main one. But of course I'm gonna put the link for the main channel for people to watch. This is not okay, guys. This is outrageous. All right, guys, it's all what I want to say for today. See you around. Ciao.